The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Tribunal hummed with barely contained energy as Ambassador Sarah Chen stood before the semicircular arrangement of alien judges. Each species represented centuries of galactic civilization: the ethereal Vorthak with their translucent wings, the hulking Chromaxi, whose stone-like skin bore the scars of countless battles, and the insectoid Zephyrians whose compound eyes reflected the chamber's prismatic light. High Arbiter Veltar, a being of pure energy contained within a geometric shell, pulsed with indignation. Human. The Arbiter's voice resonated through quantum frequencies. You stand accused of the most heinous crime imaginable: the complete annihilation of the hegemony fleet at the Battle of Kepler 442b. 3,000 vessels, 2 million souls gone. Sarah adjusted her simple black suit jacket and smiled. It was the kind of smile that had made her legendary in diplomatic circles, warm, disarming, and absolutely terrifying to anyone who knew what it meant. That's quite an accusation, Your Honor. I assume you have evidence? The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien languages. Tentacles writhed, crystalline structures chimed discordantly, and somewhere in the back something that resembled a sentient gas cloud began to swirl violently. Evidence? Veltar's shell brightened to an almost blinding intensity. The hegemony fleet was there one moment, gone the next. Only human vessels remained in the system. Your people are the only ones in the galaxy with such destructive capability. Sarah's smile widened. That's not evidence, Your Honor. That's speculation. Commander Thekmol of the Chromaxi delegation slammed a fist the size of a small boulder onto his speaking platform. Your species arrived in our galaxy barely 2 centuries ago. Yet somehow you possess weapons that can erase entire fleets from existence. Weapons that leave no debris, no energy signatures, nothing. Fascinating, Sarah replied, examining her fingernails with deliberate casualness. And you're certain these weapons exist? We know they exist because we've seen their effects, screeched Ambassador Kilthera, her mandibles clicking rapidly in agitation. The mathematical impossibility of such complete destruction suggests technology beyond our comprehension. Sarah nodded thoughtfully. So let me understand this correctly. You're accusing humanity of possessing superweapons that can make entire fleets disappear without a trace. Weapons so advanced that they leave no evidence of their existence or use. And your proof of this is the complete absence of evidence? The silence that followed was deafening. The logic is sound, Veltar insisted, though his energy field flickered uncertainly. No natural phenomenon could account for such total annihilation. Therefore, artificial weapons must be responsible. Ah, Sarah said, pulling out a small device that looked suspiciously like an ancient Earth tablet. That's where you're wrong, Your Honor. May I present Exhibit A? She tapped the screen and a holographic display materialized above the chamber. It showed the Kepler 442 system in stunning detail, the binary stars, the asteroid fields, and most importantly, the massive gravitational anomaly that lurked just beyond the system's edge. What you see here, Sarah continued with the enthusiasm of a professor delivering a favorite lecture, is a naturally occurring black hole with some very interesting properties. Our xenogeologists have been studying it for months. We call it a stealth singularity. Its gravitational field is masked by the binary star's interference patterns, making it nearly impossible to detect until you're already past the event horizon. The alien delegates leaned forward, their various sensory organs focused intently on the display. The hegemony fleet, Sarah explained, highlighting their final trajectory, was pursuing our vessels when they encountered what we humans call a gravity well trap. They were moving too fast to correct course once they detected the anomaly. Basic physics took over from there. Commander Thekmol's rocky features contorted in confusion. You're claiming the entire fleet was consumed by a black hole? Not claiming, Sarah corrected. Stating, we have detailed sensor logs of their final moments. Would you like to see them? Another tap of her device and the chamber filled with the haunting final transmissions of the hegemony fleet. Panic, confusion, and then the inevitable silence as 2 million beings realized their fate. But your ship survived, stammered Ambassador Kilthara. How did you escape the same fate? Sarah's smile became genuinely warm. Simple. We knew it was there. The implications hit the assembled delegates like a physical blow. High Arbiter Veltar's energy field dimmed to a barely perceptible glow. You led them into a trap. Oh no, Sarah shook her head. We simply navigated around a known navigational hazard. The fact that an aggressive fleet chose to pursue us through dangerous space was entirely their decision. We even transmitted warnings on all standard frequencies. She produced another piece of evidence, communication logs showing repeated human warnings about gravitational anomalies and navigation hazards in the area. The hegemony commanders dismissed our warnings as attempts at deception, Sarah continued. Their exact words were, I believe, human trickery will not save you from the righteousness of our cause. The chamber fell silent, except for the ambient hum of the station's life support systems. You see, Your Honors, Sarah said, closing her tablet and clasping her hands behind her back. Humanity didn't destroy the hegemony fleet. We simply allowed the universe to do what it does best. Follow the laws of physics, the same laws that govern every civilized species in this galaxy. She paused, letting her words sink in before delivering the final blow. The real question isn't whether humanity possesses superweapons. The real question is why the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy sent 2 million souls into a death trap because they were too proud to listen to a species they considered inferior. High Arbiter, Feltar's energy field pulsed weakly. The charges are dismissed. As Sarah Chen walked out of the crystalline chamber, her smile never wavered. Behind her, the greatest legal minds in the galaxy struggled with a concept that humans had mastered millennia ago. Sometimes the most devastating weapon wasn't a gun or a bomb, but simply knowing when to step aside and let the universe handle the rest. The tribunal's final report would note that while humanity had been cleared of all charges, they were to be treated with extreme diplomatic caution going forward. After all, any species clever enough to turn physics itself into a weapon was clearly not to be underestimated. Sarah Chen would have laughed at that assessment too if she'd bothered to read it.